Yeah. Oh, I think you going reprobate. Oh man, 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 you the same one that says they'll never hate. Now you tryna leave, you tryna separate, you going reprobate. Oh man, I think you going reprobate. Oh, why are you so deceitful? You're trying to trip up the people. You can't control your ways, but you complain all the day. Oh, you're doing things not convenient. I pull a script I can tell. There is no knowledge within you. Oh, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh man, 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 you the same one that says they'll never hate. Now you tryna leave, you tryna separate, you gon' reprobate. Oh man, I think you going reprobate.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah. Before every enterprise we sought counsel. And the way you acting now, it's not like. See, I'd rather leave than to start fighting. Unequally yoked is what the words say. Railing for railing is not my foreplay. Stay together, do what the song say. Bonnie ain't collide with Clyde, now we in the hallways. We all make mistakes, but don't get excuse to do it. We all in the race, and everyone's a winner. But staying with a reprobate mind will keep you off track. And you don't want to backslide.
Oh man, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh man, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh man, you gon' reprobate. Oh man, you the same one that says they'll never hate. Now you tryna leave, you tryna separate, you gon' reprobate. Oh man, I think you gon' reprobate.
In the truth, you had zeal like a spark, but when the trials came, you straight departed. Temptation gonna come, and yours did. But you told
give you a notification.
Even like a little kid. Check it out. You called the diggers telling lies. Mad cause they chose the truth. Praying to the Lord flies. Sitting sweet, guess you got a sweet tooth. The most I knocking down your demons, putting chains on your door like your Morgan Freeman. Your sisters and your brothers, you do not see them. Oh yeah, you going reprobate.
You don't wanna take it there. Oh, causing contradiction in your mind. Oh, no, you don't wanna take it there. Take it there. You're a false alarm. You're going off, but you're not being warned. And slowly you fall apart. Fall apart, fall apart. Oh, I think you're going reprobate.
Shalom, Most High in Christ.
Shalom.
We coming at you very early on the top of the morning. Shalom, Most High in Christ. Happy prep day. Happy prep day. Sabbath is coming upon us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all finding the spirit. Finding the spirit. Some of y'all ain't. That's probably the reason why this class got to come out to begin with. We're gonna deal with a topic that's not normally or really that much talked about in Israel. doubt, fear, and weak moments. Or fear is one that may be talked about. You rarely hear people talk about weak moments. Nobody want to admit about weak moments and doubt. Um, Nobody wants to come in and talk about how they doubt their faith.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever, you notice that nobody ever come like I've all the things that people have come to me about or went to their leaderships and things about. They went to at least it's been all type of things that they don't went to them about. Nobody's ever came and admitted, you know what, I'm having trouble believing.
Right. Yeah.
I'm having. Can you give me something to tell me something to help build my faith?
Right.
To help cure this doubt that I have. You know what I'm saying? No one ever comes and says that. Nobody talks about the doubt in their beliefs. Just in reality, or the doubt that people have in themselves.
That's true.
And then those times when you just you know those weak moments that people have in life. Nobody talks about that.
Yeah, that's true too.
So I wanted to go into some scripts or whatever, some stuff that was on my mind about you know, the weak moments, you know, doubt and fear. All right. So I want to start it off. But before I start it off, give me a second, y'all. Let me, ring the alarm. It says it's 2 heads in here, but nobody. I need Shalom in the chat so I can know who's here. But give me a second. I'm gonna start up in a second. All right. So we're gonna start at. Let's start. Let's talk about doubt. So let's get the definition of doubt. Doubt, a feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction. Doubt, a feeling of uncertainty and uncertainty. Y'all know I be butchering words from the South. A feeling of uncertainty or lack of conviction, uncertainty, indecision, hesitation, suspicion, confusion, doubt. So, like I said, nobody likes to talk about it, but it needs to be said. So let's talk about it. All right. So some of your biggest the biggest stain to your character and the way that you conduct yourself is based off of the biggest secret that you hide, which is what? The fact that you doubt yourself.
Yeah.
You second guess yourself. You second think yourself. You're not certain about yourself. Or you don't even trust your own research or the things that you see with your own side, your own eyes. Sometimes you don't trust yourself.
Right.
You basically you doubt yourself. You feel as if there's a chance you can see something and know what it is, but because you doubt yourself, you'll say, I just don't want to be wrong.
Right.
So instead of actually doing what it is that you could have probably done, you do nothing at all. You say nothing at all.
Right.
And all of that spawns from what? Doubt that you have in yourself. The doubt that you have in yourself. Some of you haven't some of you live your life full of regrets because it was opportunities that you did not go after because you doubted yourself. You were afraid to push yourself to try it. You know what I'm saying? Some of you, some relationships, some people could have been married today. Some of you have let whatever the relationship you had vanish. Why? Because you doubted that if I try to go talk to him or I try to go talk to her,
Yeah.
she just gonna such, and you made up all these things. And you let your own imagination in your own head, the doubt that you have in yourself, push you from going to do it.
Right. You ain't even try.
Right. Doubt made you do nothing at all.
Right.
Some of you lost good jobs,
Right.
had opportunities to get great jobs, but you doubted yourself that you could actually get the job. So you went in there with doubt, and you didn't even you listen. Your faith, doubt, and faith is the same thing.
It is.
It's just they rivals.
Yeah.
Faith is the one that believes and walks in that confidence, and I got faith. I believe. I know who I walk with. When I come with the Lord. Everybody else come carnally.
Right.
I come with the Lord. I come with the confidence. I know I'm gonna get it done.
Right.
I can get this job. You went in with your faith already off. Now when something happens, you're already knocked off because you was already basically sideways when you started.
Right.
Your faith was already off. You doubted yourself. You didn't believe you were worthy of the job. So therefore, this who you are, because you doubt yourself, everything else around you is questionable, is doubted. Based off of the fact that you doubt you.
Right.
The things, so what I'm going into, I'm gonna break down doubt. We're gonna talk about doubt. We're gonna talk about those weak moments in life when you break down. We're gonna talk about some of them. All right. But we're starting with doubt. So understand, doubt is nothing new. But the thing is, nobody wants to talk about it. So guess what? No one ever gets the healing. If we don't know that you're sick, no one's gonna give you medicine.
That's true.
You gotta come and tell me I got doubts.
Right. No one's a mind reader.
My faith is lacking.
Right.
Can you give me something to help me? Can you give me something to give me some self-confidence? Can you, those are the type of things that you should come and do so you can get medicine for that doubt that you have. It's nothing new. And weak moments in life are nothing new.
Right.
We all have weak moments.
That's true.
We all have our weak moments.
That's true.
And it's not a if you're going to have a weak moment. It's a when you have a weak moment.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You better remember, people are watching.
Mm-hmm.
This is a cut to me when I speak on this right here. Our scripture says it's a two-headed sword. It says, understand this. When you got a weak moment, because it ain't no if you're going to have it, it's when you're going to have it.
Yeah.
When you have it, understand that people watching your example, and people follow examples, not words.
Right.
So what are you doing in your weak moments? We all have weak moments, but what we all nobody speaks on it.
That's true.
Watch this. Let's go. So let's talk about these. Let's go into the scripts. All right. We're gonna go to 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. That's why I want to start it.
You said 1 Corinthians 10 and 13.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
So scripture says there's no temptation that is taking you except that which is coming to man. Now, a lot of us, you may think you're going through something new.
Right.
You may think that all of a sudden you got this special life and nobody else had to endure it, and it's just, oh God, why I was on. No, you're not the only one. There's nothing that you ain't did there's nothing you going through that ain't coming to man. And guess what? Those weak moments in life, fear, and doubts are not new temptations.
Right.
They are old temptations. Weak moments go back since the beginning of time, errors and trials. Ever since you could, from the moment you could think about trials, temptations, you're reading about you're reading about weak moments. As a fact, a weak moment is nothing new. Let's go back. Let's go back how far a weak moment went.
True.
Let's go to Matthew 26.
I remember the one in Jeremiah too. That wasn't him.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the pit.
Mm-hmm.
That thing ain't no joke.
Let's go to Matthew 26. We're gonna pick up at 36.
36.
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 26 and verse 36. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 36. Then cometh Christ with them unto a place called Gethsemane,
Mm-hmm.
and said unto the disciples, Sir, ye hear while I go and pray yonder. Sit ye here while I go here and pray yonder. And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Right.
So now Christ, we're reading about Christ. Now this is Christ having a weak moment here. So now Christ had 12. He had 12 disciples, right?
Right.
But out of the 12 disciples, he only took 3. He took 3 people. He took 3 of his disciples with him out of 12. Why? Because when you having a weak moment, you don't need everybody around you. Only certain people have proved themselves worthy to be around you in those weak moments.
Right.
Even when you sick, you don't need everybody around you. First of all, you're in a weak moment, you sick. You're in a weak moment or you sick. You already weak, you already sick. You don't need people sucking energy from out of you while you're already sick or in a weak moment.
Right.
So when you have weak moments, you don't need everybody around you.
That's true.
Only certain people should be around you in those times.
All right.
Okay. So it said he took read it again. Who said he took 37 again?
Verse 37. And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee.
All right. So he took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee. The two sons of Zebedee is James and John. All right. So now it says, and he began to be very sorrowful, and very heavy. Read on.
Then said he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. And he went a little farther and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will.
Hold on, you're flying.
Oh, my fault.
Read it again.
Then said he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. And he went a little farther and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let the cup pass from me.
So he says, Oh my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Now this cup he's speaking of is the death that was getting ready to come, the crucifixion.
Right.
As he's been in sorrowful at this moment, Christ having a weak moment. The weak moment is the breakdown, when he broke down. The doubt is uncertainty. Is there any, because Christ was literally sent to be what?
Sacrificial lamb.
Right. The sacrifice. He was for the nation of Israel. He was sent to actually be the the savior.
Right.
So when Christ is at this moment, he's like, man, if there's any other way, Christ is at this point asking to let this cup pass from him.
Right.
He was sent here to do this. And he's like, man, just let this cup pass. Read on.
And he cometh unto the disciples.
Oh, no. You got to finish that verse.
Okay. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt.
So he had a moment of doubt, and Christ having a weak moment and a moment of doubt, but then he snaps back in gear instantly and says, "Not my will, but let your will be done."
Right.
Saying what? It's not about me. This is bigger than me. You got to remember that too when it's time for you to do the work. So when you have your weak moments, and when you have your moments of doubts and stuff like that, you can't let it stop you from doing what must be done. You must snap back in the gear because it is bigger than you.
Right.
Watch this. Read on.
And he cometh unto the disciples, and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, what, could ye not watch with me 1 hour?
So now Peter is the damn chief. You the chief disciple. You the chief apostle. I'm gonna leave you in charge, and you like Christ is having a weak moment, and his support system is sleeping. They're not there for him, basically.
Yeah.
You're like, ew, you couldn't come on, man. You couldn't wait with me 1 hour. You the head man.
Right.
Read on.
Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Right, because your spirit is willing, but your flesh is weak.
Right.
Go ahead.
He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done.
Right. So same thing again. Christ is praying, like, man, if this cup can't pass, if this is the only way, then let your will be done. Right. We all gonna have those. Go ahead, read on.
And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them and went away again and prayed the third time, saying the same words.
Right. So here we read what we read in the example. We're showing how Christ had a weak moment, but in that weak moment, he still snapped back into his example was what? To still snap back into and do what? Go through the mission.
Right.
You have a mission. All right. In your moment of doubt, most time you let that doubt take you out of what it is at hand you were trying to achieve. And then because you didn't achieve, you let doubt take you out of you live wondering what would have happened. Or you know what? You live with built up frustrations.
Right.
Because of what? You live with that doubt.
Right.
Go ahead. Let's go to and understand that we all gonna have those low moments. We all gonna have those low moments. It's not an if, but when. But when they do happen, stay put. By stay put, I mean, let's go to Sirach. Some of you doubt yourselves all the time. Some of you, when your weak moments come, you forget these scriptures here. And we all gonna have weak moments in life. That's just what it is.
Absolutely true.
It's the ebbs and flows of life.
Right. It's how you respond in the time of the weak moments. Is you gonna let it keep you down and let it keep you weak, or is you gonna shake it off and come back stronger than before?
Right. Because weak moments, they build you. There's nothing wrong with having that weak moment where you break down. We just read about Christ. We just read about it.
Right.
We just read how Christ broke down.
Right.
Y'all gonna have weak moments in life. We're gonna have those times. But in those times, remember these. Sirach 2:5.
Sirach chapter 2 and verse 5.
So you're gonna have them weak moments, but when they come, stay put.
Sirach chapter 2 and verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity.
Right. So it says gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. All right. So Jump up to verse 3.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away,
So cleave unto the Lord and depart not away from the commandments.
that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right, that you may be increased in last end, because weak moments, who knows, weak moments come in so many different shades, we just don't know. But in those times, if we can manage to stay put in our faith and not doubt that the Most High gonna turn around, we can stay put to be increased in the end. But the problem is, in weak moments, we don't see it. In weak moments, when you breaking down, some of your faith go. A lot of us, our faith goes with the tears.
Yeah.
Let's go to jump back to verse 2.
Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Right. So scripture says that in those weak moments, get your mind right. What happened in Christ's weak moment? As he began to doubt, immediately
Snap back into it. He got his mind right.
So like, yeah, and for those who may say Christ never doubted, okay, well, we'll say this: in Christ's weak moment, he snapped into what? The fact he and in Christ's weak moment, he kept his mind right. He set his heart right.
Right.
He got his mind back right.
Right. The mission, the picture, the purpose.
Right. He set his heart back right and endured and
Right.
went through to fulfill the mission. You have weak moments, and you let your weak moments stop you from completing the mission. Let's go to so understand this. The moments are going to come. They may not have hit yet. You may be I'm telling you, you may not have your weak moment yet. You may be good. They coming though. Believe that.
Yeah.
You may be on your all summer shit right now, Salakia. You may be on your all summer right now. I hope the weather's fine. I hope the weather's nice. But when they do come, remember, people gonna follow your examples, not your words.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's a gut check for me. So understand this. That doubt that a lot of you walk around with and you carry, you never tell anybody, so you never come and get healing. You never come get medicine. That doubt is your big doubt is one of your biggest enemies. That's one of your biggest Achilles heels, because your doubt stops you from doing many wonderful works, many things, saying things at the appropriate time. Your doubt has crippled you on earth.
Yeah.
The doubt is in your mind. It's your own imagination. The doubt is in your mind, but it's crippled you physically here on earth.
Right.
Because doubt has stopped you from doing, speaking, saying. It stopped you from living.
Right.
And because doubt has stopped you from living, you are frustrated. Some of you wonder where your anger comes from. Why you think I just got a bad temper. No,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna tell you, you don't actually have a bad temper. No, you just frustrated because of all the things you didn't do and the things that you want to say and that you want to do. You won't attempt them. You won't attempt to say them, and you won't attempt to do them. Why? Because you have a doubt inside of you.
That's a fear.
Bingo. Which is why I said doubt and fear go hand in hand.
That's a fear.
And after all those doubts and all those fears, all that doubt and all that fear pile up on you,
Yeah.
all that weighs heavy on you, and it turns into what? A weak moment.
Yeah,
When it finally what? Comes all out.
Right. I'm crashing down.
Let's go to and understand, y'all, with doubt, I'm gonna tell you something. Doubt shows your lack of understanding of who you are and of your faith. Be of good courage. What the Christians always say? Get that Philippians 4:13. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Remember what the Christians say. Now the Christians say this, and they right. We're gonna read it. 4:13, I think.
1:13.
Yeah.
All right. Philippians chapter 4 and verse 13. Philippians chapter 4 and verse 13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me.
Right. Now, Christians say that all the time. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Right.
The Christians who ain't keeping commandment 1
That's right.
say that, and they say that. I don't know if they actually believe it, but they say it.
Right.
They say it,
They do.
even though they sometimes saying it to justify their part. But they say it. Now, here's the thing about them. They are saying what you should be believing.
Right.
Because they're absolutely right. Because you keep the commandments through Christ, you can do all things because he will strengthen you. So they are right. But like I was saying, Salakia, lost my point for a second. So when the Christians say you can do all things, they do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The crazy thing is they saying what you should believe, because they are absolutely right. You can, but if you doubt it, in the lack of faith, but you doubt it, and therefore, because you doubt it and you lack the faith thereof, you weaken yourself. Through Christ, you can do all things because of who you are.
Right.
But because you doubt it and you lack the faith thereof, you can't do it. Or you just don't even attempt to do it.
Right.
And when you finally try to do it, you fail at it. Why? Because you never believed you could do it anyways. You doubted yourself.
Right.
You doubted who you are and whose name you come in. Therefore, you lack the faith.
Right.
You doubted who you are. Therefore, you doubted whose name you came in.
Right.
Therefore, showing that what? You have a lack of faith, which was a fail from the beginning. Whenever you lack faith and you coming in doubting yourself, you coming in with uncertainty, you already failed. You failed from the beginning. Proof. Let's get an example. Go to watch this. Go to Matthews, right? Matthews 10 and 1. So watch this. Matthews 10 and 1.
Matthew chapter 10 and verse 1. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 1. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
Right. So here, Christ, we read, gave his disciples power and authority over sicknesses, demons, and spirits like that to cast them out and all that type of stuff, right? We read that Christ has equipped them to do these things. So now jump to Mark chapter 9, and let's start at verse 18.
9 and 18.
Yeah.
Mark chapter 9 and verse 18. Mark chapter 9 and verse 18. Wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him.
Hold on. Let's go to verse 17.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
Mark chapter 9 and verse 17. And one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which hath a dumb spirit. And wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him. And he foameth and gnasheth with his teeth and pinneth away. And I spake to thy disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not.
You're right. So now this man's coming to Christ saying he went to Christ's disciples to have these spirits cast out of his son,
Right.
and they could not cast them out. Verse 19.
Verse 19.
What did Christ say?
He answered him and said, O faithless generation.
Say what?
O faithless generation.
First thing Christ said to them is, "O faithless generation." Oh, faithless generation. Why would Christ say that? Because guess what? The disciples were equipped to remove demons, but they just lacked the faith in it.
Right.
They lacked the faith thereof. Now, Christ is also saying, you faithless generation, I'm going to show you something. That's that real quick. Side footnote. That's some of y'all today in reality with your doubt. Christ is like, man, y'all faithless, man. Why? Because he equipped them to do what they couldn't do. Why? They were equipped to do it. They could do it, but because they doubted themselves and they doubted the faith, they couldn't do it. That's some of y'all today. Y'all be equipped to do whatever it is that you actually doubt in yourself.
Yeah.
But because you doubt yourself, you can't do it. You lack the faith. So therefore you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show you that the reason why I chose this particular example here, because it's a twofold. Why? Because I'm showing how you didn't do something or couldn't get something done, or you don't do something, you couldn't do something or couldn't get something done because what? You doubted yourself and you lacked the faith in yourself to get it done. You didn't believe you could do it when you was actually equipped to do it, right? That's one way, right? Now let's read on. We're going to find out the next way. Watch. I'm going to show you the other fold to
it. Yeah. All right. He said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me. And they brought him unto him. And when he saw him, straightway the spirit stared him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed foaming.
So as soon as he saw the demon of the spirit basically took hold of him and made him start doing what you see people do in the churches and all that other stuff. Okay. And listen, watch this. I'm gonna show y'all something. But these are demons, even though Esau like to name them and call them all these different names and all that stuff like that. They are demons. Right. Watch this. I'm gonna prove it. Read on. Watch this.
And he asked his father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? So
Christ just asked the father, how long ago has this these spirits been in this dude? How long has he had these demons on him?
Right. And he said, of a child.
He said, of a child, meaning he was born with them. So guess what? Even though you are born with, let's say what's something they label and call it a sickness or something.
Something that they label and call it a sickness.
Yeah, something that children may come up with.
Oh, like ADHD.
Right. Something like that.
ADD.
All that type. Those are nothing but spirits.
Autism.
Deep. Yeah, that's a demon. It was one that was just in my head. Give me some more. It's another one. Those are demons. Epilepsy.
That's okay.
All that type of seizures and all that type. Those are spirits. Those are demons. All of those ain't nothing but demons and spirits. Just because you're born with it doesn't mean it ain't a demon and it ain't a spirit. Though Esau labels it that.
Right.
They try to label it something else outside of it.
Yeah.
It's just a sickness. It's just he got this, he got that. No, it's a demon. Whether you was born, just because you was born with it doesn't mean it wasn't a demon. Read on.
Right. And oftentimes it cast him into the fire.
It says he cast him into the fire. Watch this.
And into the waters to destroy him.
That's them kids that you be seeing with them demons on them that be trying to hurt themselves.
Right.
Running into walls, cutting themselves, all that type of stuff.
Right.
That's what those he got those type of demons on him too. His son had those type of demons. Read on.
But if thou canst do anything.
So now, what did this just say? Read that again.
But if thou But if thou canst do anything.
He said, but if thou canst do anything. He's talking to Christ here and saying, but if thou can, like, what does that mean? He has doubt.
Right.
He got faith. He don't believe. He's like, man, you know, if you, this is the second fold to it. Right. If you can do something about it, you know, they say you can, you know, if you can, then what? Have compassion on us. Read on.
Have compassion on us and help us.
So watch. So now he got doubt as he's speaking to Christ, as if Christ can actually help them in their situation, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Some of you, when you go to the Most High for things, you got that doubt. When you go to Christ, you got doubt. And guess what? They pick up on that.
Right.
They pick up on it. The things that you do when you go to your supervisors and stuff, y'all go to them and y'all scared to ask for the Sabbath off and stuff like that. Guess what? They pick up on that.
Right.
They pick up on it. But watch this. So he goes to Christ and with doubt, if you can do something about it, help us. Watch this. Christ picked up on it.
Christ said unto him, if thou canst believe.
Christ said, well, I tell you what, if you can believe, that's how they are. Christ like, you want to play games? We can play games. That's how it works. Okay, you come to me, you don't really believe I can do it? Or you doubt I'm gonna do it? Okay, well, when you believe, I do it. If you don't believe I can do it, so I ain't gonna do it anyway.
Right.
That's how y'all be doubting yourself. You listen, you have a power about you because of who you are alone.
Right.
That the aura and the things that you put into your mind, you make it, you manifest it in the universe.
Right.
Just off of who you are. That's why I said when you lack confidence, and when you full of doubt, it shows your lack of faith and understanding of who you are. Because if you knew who you are, you would understand that you control the universe just from being who you are.
Right.
Watch this. Read on. So Christ said, just as he to my, if you can help us, Christ said, if you can believe. Watch this.
All things are possible to him that believe.
He said, so if you believe, then all things can believe. Watch. If you believe, then all things can be done. Now that's some of y'all. That's what I said. Some of y'all know y'all got little faith issues. You got little things that you battle and beliefs, but you would never ever come to me and admit it.
Yeah.
When you should come and ask for confidence. You should come and ask for me to help you. Can I give you something to help build your faith, help build your belief, help you build your self-confidence, where you can. You don't want to be like some of you. Even I won't do. Some of y'all got faith, man. I can't do a class. I mean, I'm gonna show you how doubt is. I'm like, hey, brother, put a class together. You get home. I can't put the class together, man. Somebody watching, they're gonna start asking deep questions and all this stuff. Or what if I get up there and I bring the scripture and it don't mean that and all that, brother? All the stuff that you thinking about is in your head right now. Yeah, you worried about stuff that ain't even happened yet. Yeah, some of you sisters in life, I want to do this, but I just feel like if I do this, then this might not work. And such. You man, this scenario gonna happen, and then this might. What if this and this? All that stuff is in your head. You worried about stuff that ain't happened yet. Right. You don't let doubt already creep in and basically stop you from doing whatever it is you want to do. Right. Watch this. Some of you bills get tight. I'm looking around. I'm looking like, dang, man, rent due tomorrow. We ain't got it. But guess what? I don't doubt that, man. The Most High gonna find a way to make this thing happen. Right. All right, watch this. But because you got that doubt, the Most High ain't moving on it. Right. Watch this. So once again, he says, if you can do anything, when he talking to Christ, and then Christ said, well, if you can believe, all things are possible. So watch this, verse 24.
Verse 24. And straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe. Help thou my unbelief. So now what just happened? The man cries out and does what? He admits that what? He admits he does have belief issues, but I'm trying. Can you do something that'll help me believe? Right. He admitted that's something that most of you would never do. You would never admit that, you know what, I do have like a self-belief issue. Meaning what? I do have issues and I do doubt myself. I do have doubt issues with myself. I don't hate who I am, but sometimes I do lack the confidence in myself. Some of you will never admit that.
Some of you will never come to me so I can help you.
Right.
Some of you will never come and admit that, you know what, I do have belief issues in this faith, in this walk. I do have some doubts. Some of you will never come and ask, is there something, can you come and help me with my doubts? Can you clear this particular thing up here that it may help me with my belief?
Right.
Some of you will never admit that, and therefore you never get the cure. Some of you never admit your fears, your doubts, and things like that, and therefore you never face them.
Right.
Watch this, and you live with that built up frustration. When you have, understand this, when you lack faith and doubtful, you're going to fail. But when you certain and you got that faith and you put it together with action, Most High in Christ.
Right.
You gotta, once again, I told you, when you lack what's one of the things I keep saying? When you lack faith, you show. I mean, when you got doubt,
right,
it shows your lack of understanding of who you are and your lack of faith.
right.
What I mean by you show the lack of understanding who you are. Remember I said you can control the universe just by who you are.
Right.
Watch Isaiah 43.
Absolutely.
Isaiah 43:1. This is what it is. You lack understanding of who you are and you lack faith.
Isaiah chapter 43 and verse 1. Isaiah chapter 43 and verse 1. But now thus the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel.
So it says, this is the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and formed thee, O Israel. You are Israel. Read on.
Fear not.
Say what?
Fear not.
Go ahead.
For I have redeemed thee.
It says, fear not. Fear not. Why? Because wherever there's doubt at, there's fear.
Right.
Wherever there's doubt at, there is fear. Watch this. Read on.
For I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine.
Thou art mine. You are the Most High. You forgot. I called thee by thy name. You are Israel. You are the Israelites. You forget whose name you come in.
Right.
You got fear in you. When I say fear, I'm gonna get the definition of fear in a second. But what I'm saying is faith. You lack the faith thereof because you doubt. You doubt yourself, and doubting yourself is lacking faith in yourself. And when you doubt yourself, it's because you doubt that you have the Most High with you,
Right.
or you forgot the Most High was with you. So now you doubt Him.
Now you got a fear.
And now you have fear. Watch this. Or you have misery and regret and built up anguish. Watch this. Go to what happened?
That's all at once.
Right. This is what happens. You remember I said when you if you got that faith, you got that faith and you certain and you put it together with action, Most High in Christ.
Right.
You can do all things. Let's get an example of a brother. Remember, y'all forget. I keep saying this so much because you don't really understand what I'm trying to convey to you. There's nothing that you all doubt yourselves for no reason. There's no reason to doubt yourselves because if you understood, if you didn't doubt yourself, if you had the faith and you put it together with whatever it is that you doubt yourself to do, you could do it.
Right.
Hands down.
Right.
I'm gonna show you how when you got the faith and you don't doubt yourself, you can do anything you put your mind to. Let's go to 1 Samuel 17. 1 Samuel 17:44. And I guarantee you, if you go ahead and face those things that you doubt yourself about, you will be 10 times a better person. You'll be 10 times the person you are now.
Oh man. I love this story too. That's what I came with.
1 Samuel 17 and 44.
1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 44. 1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 44. And the Philistine said to David, come to me, and I will give thy flesh unto the fowls of the air, and to the beasts of the field.
Now, so this is Goliath getting ready to fight David, and you telling him basically I'm gonna kill you. Now, David is a youth. And to make it worse, he just happens to be getting ready to fight a heathen that's been trained to kill and fight his whole entire life. And to make the odds even more stacked against David, he happens to be a goddamn giant.
Right.
So watch this. Read on.
Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with the sword and with the spear.
Hold on, what David just said to him? Watch this.
Then said David to the Philistine, thou comest to me with the sword and with the spear.
He said, you come to me with a sword and a spear.
And with the shield.
All carnal things. You done came to me with a sword, a shield, and a spear. Those are all carnal weapons. Mm-hmm. But watch this.
But I come to thee in the name of the Lord.
He came with who?
He said, I come to thee in the name of the Lord.
See, David is full of faith and confidence. He slew a bear. He slew a lion. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He should. But he said what? I come to thee in the name of the Lord. So guess what? He knew that there's nothing you could do to defeat who I come with. Same thing with y'all. Everything y'all go through in life, those things that you doubt, understand this. Everybody else is going to come carnally. You come in the name of the Lord.
Right.
Your Lord in strength and your faith has got to be more stronger than their carnality.
Right.
You have to stop letting doubt, fear, and all that stuff cripple you in life. Right. So when you see that woman looking at your potential wife and you're afraid to go talk to her because, if I try to talk to her, she may say no, and then, go. No, man, you say what you got. You come in the name of the Lord, man. Like the Lord is with you.
Right.
Y'all got these tasks in life, these obstacles in life, all these things that you've been altered from because of these situations or doubts that you have in your head. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you come in the name of the Lord and go to conquer that and go conquer it.
Right.
Watch this. So he said, I came in the name of the Lord. That's the end of read on.
In the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom thou hast defied. This day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand.
Right. Is David sitting here saying, I think I'm gonna kill you. I think I'm gonna win. No, David's speaking with boldness. Understand, man. Look, man, you came with carnal things. I'm coming in the name of the Lord. Today, the Lord is going to deliver you into my hands. I'm letting you know you're gonna die. Same thing. He spoke with boldness. The same way you need to go when you speak to your supervisors and some of you, I'm afraid to ask for the Sabbath. Or you go say, Sabbath. You gonna say no. You gotta you certain. Look, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for the opportunity. Oh, handshake. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the handshake. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna need every Sabbath off. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Yeah, I ain't gonna be here Saturdays. What is that? Oh, the Sabbath. I need Friday night off all the way to Sunday. Oh, so you can't work Sunday? No, I can work Sunday. I can't work Saturday.
Right.
Oh, so now you got to have that same boldness when you go out in the world, when you go to face those out, because when you got those things, those moments when doubts come to you, you got to remember in your mind, I come in the name of the Lord. And if it's something you got to go speak, you go speak with boldness that you know that the Lord is with you. If it's something you got to do, don't let fear and doubt stop you from doing it. Why? Because you are in the name of the Lord and you can do it.
Right.
The Lord shall slay those things the Lord shall deliver those things into your hands.
Right.
Look at Goliath. If you want to look at it symbolically, Goliath, that giant, is those weak moments.
Right.
Those Those giants is those weak moments. That giant is those things that you could have done that you let doubt stop you from doing.
Right.
But look how David handled it. He handled it with the understanding of, I come in the name of the Lord, and the Lord, I can do all things.
Right.
Because of who he is, he understood he had the power to rule the universe regardless. Watch this. So 46.
Okay. This day will the Lord deliver thee into my hand, and I will smite thee and take thy head from thee. And I will give the carcass of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel.
All right. So if you read on, you'll see that David went on to do exactly that. But what we read here, he had the faith. He had the confidence. He didn't doubt himself. He knew that he came in the name of the Lord. The same thing you need to do. Some of you need to pray. You need to pray. Pray for that confidence. You need to pray for that faith. Pray that the Lord build. Get Luke 17:5. I'm about to close out.
Luke chapter 17 and verse 5. Luke chapter 17 and verse 5. And the apostle said unto the Lord, increase our faith.
Say what?
Increase our faith.
Some of you, when you pray, you need to add that. You say your prayer, just squeeze that little piece in. Lord, please increase our faith. Lord, please increase my faith. Send those, when you send those prayers up, do it, because some of you, I'm telling you, you would be surprised the effect that doubt has in people's life. You would be surprised of the weak moments that occur in people's lives.
Right.
But you doubt yourself and you lack the faith thereof in yourself, and because you lack the faith in yourself, it shows that you lack the faith in the Most High, or you don't believe that the Most High is in you or with you, or you forgot who you are.
Right.
All right. So now let's read the definition of fear real quick. All right, because remember, wherever doubt is, fear is there.
Right.
Fear, an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain, or a threat. Now, I want y'all to hear this again. What is fear? An unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous or likely to cause pain or a threat. Basically, what this is telling you, that fear is an emotion in your head, that basically a thought in your head that you believe, basically believing that something bad is going to happen.
Right.
Fear is nothing more than a thing in your head that you believing something bad is going to happen. Something's not going to work out in your favor. That's what fear is.
Right.
So guess what? Fear is of you. That's you. It's made up to you. It's something that you believe that's going to happen with you, to yourself. Fear is crippling you, meaning what? You cripple you. You believe that something bad is going to happen to you. You got fear. You got doubt. You won't go talk to your brother. You won't apply Matthew 18. There's something you offended about. You won't go try to talk to your brother because you doubt that he'll listen. Right. You fear that it won't go the right way. You like, man, I ain't gonna talk to him because if I go talk to him, then he gonna do this and say that and all this stuff. You done made all these things up in your head again.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, I can't talk to my spouse about this because if I talk to her about this, he gonna go off and say such. You done made this up in your head already. Right. I can't talk to her about this because if I talk to her about this, she's so simple, she might do such. Well, yeah. You made it up in your head already.
Right.
I got talk. Go talk. You doubt. Wherever there's doubt, there's a fear. Wherever there's doubt, there is a fear. And fear is nothing but what? A belief that something that basically you believe yourself something bad is gonna happen. Or some what happened?
Just made it up in your head, your imagination.
Right. Now, I'm glad you said that. Let's get one more scripture. 2 Ezra 15. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 3.
2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 3. 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee.
So fear not the imaginations against thee. That's your damn. Fear not the imaginations against thee. I can't go do this because if I do this, this gonna happen, and then this might. Well, I can't do that because if I do that, this might happen. And then, why are you fearing imaginations against thee? Fear not the imagination against thee. Why? Because fear is nothing but a belief that you is yourself. Basically, a belief. Fear is something that you believe. Fear is basically you believing something bad is gonna happen or something's not gonna turn out the way that you believe in your favor.
Right.
Which brings forth what? Doubt. And doubt brings forth what? No actions.
Oh, of course.
Misery, regrets, and what ifs.
Right, all the time.
Doubts bring up woulda, couldas, and shouldas.
And get a dark crime.
Right.
I know I've done shit.
Watch this. Read it again.
Fear not the imaginations against thee.
Right. Because that's what you do. The imagination is against you. That's what doubt is. Go ahead.
Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Oh, Salaki. Incredulity. Right.
Of them trouble thee.
Right.
That speak against thee.
Now it says incredulity. And I keep every time I say this word, I get it messed up. Incredulity is it means to not believe absolute truth after being presented. To not believe the truth, to not believe the absolute truth, basically. All right, to not believe the truth. Understand when we say you. When we say that what we say, we in the truth. Right. We don't say we in a lie, we in the faith. And credulity is basically not believing what is that of the truth, right?
Right.
So now, and believe not the incredulity of them trouble thee. And let not the incredulity of them that trouble thee speak against thee. Verse 4.
Verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Why? Hebrews 11 and 6. And we'll close out there.
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
Right. So scripture, for lack of better words, when it says all the unfaithful will die with their unfaithfulness, or all the faith, what was it?
Unfaithfulness.
Verse 4, all the unfaithfulness shall die in their unfaithfulness. When it's saying that, it's why you gonna die? Because it's impossible to please the Most High without faith. It's impossible to please them without faith. So what I'm saying is, listen, and understand this. I want to do this because there's a lot of people that doubt themselves. They lack self-confidence, self-esteem. They basically lack faith within. They forgot who they are. Some of you won't do the works that's in this truth that needs to be done because you doubt yourself. You lack the faith thereof. Some of you in life, you're struggling. You got things that you're going through and you can't conquer those things, or you haven't made bigger steps in life and further in progress in life because you doubt yourself and your faith is not there. You don't believe the Most High is with you. You forgot who you are. And understand that some of these doubt and stuff like that that comes from another. Remember, that's another thing that they said what that verbal abuse can do to people.
Right.
So all these things have effects, and all these things have basically you can get this that spirit on you, that demon on you of doubt, that spirit of doubt on you from just life occurrences, from your upbringings, and then some from within, most of it from within, because why those spirits gonna live within thee. Where does doubt come from? Within you. Where does fear come from? Within you. Or fear can be what? Installed into you, transferred into you.
Right.
From what? Abuse, things that you've seen, things that you heard. Our upbringings have a lot to do with some of the flaws in our characters today.
Right.
But through the Most High in Christ, we can cast those things out and deliver the people from those same sicknesses that we once were a part of.
Right.
All right. Stop doubting yourselves. Grow your faith. And if you got doubts, you have a problem with faith, you have a problem with belief, regardless of what the matter may be. If it's in the scriptures, if it's in whatever, if it's in your life, it's in confidence, whatever it may be. Why don't you seek counsel to get the medicine to heal the sickness?
All right. Glory to the Father.
Glory to the Father. Shalom, Most High in Christ.
Shalom, Most High in Christ.